A dream trip through northern Spain that got canceled during the pandemic finally happened. And my goodness, did it deliver! Fabulous food, landscapes, art, hiking, music, friendship, and fun. And did I mention the food? In this video, I share the sights from across northern Spain along with the Sketchbook travel journal that they inspired. So grab yourself a cafe con leche and let's get started. My husband and I started our trip in Barcelona and had a few days on our own before joining a group tour with G Adventures. We had some tapas and took a walk through La Rambla and the Gothic Quarter. We explored Park Güell on a very hot day and marveled at all the whimsical details of the architect Gaudí. We also toured Casa Batlló, a house that Gaudí designed, and I loved the audio tour. There were so many little interesting and fascinating details. And then we walked down the street and had a peek at another famous house of Gaudí's, Casa Mila. The Gaudí highlight, though, was definitely the church that he designed, La Sagrada Familia. It is exceedingly beautiful and intricate. What a thrill it was, too, to go up into one of the towers on a hot and windy day.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Walking back to our hotel late in the evening, we heard explosions and came upon a bonfire in the street. After some initial panicking, we learned that it was a celebration for St. John's Eve. The fireworks kept exploding into the early morning hours.
It's not nothing volcanic area, I can say.
We traveled to the Pyrenees and stayed in a casa rural where we had a chance to do some hiking, swim in an icy cold stream, and get to know our tour group during delicious home-cooked meals. I didn't film any of the hiking because it was pretty important for me to just be breathing at the time. We spent an extremely hot afternoon exploring the beautiful church and the medieval architecture in the nearby town of Ainsa. Then we were off to Bilbao. The whole city was abuzz to be the first stage of the upcoming Tour de France. We toured the Guggenheim, amazing inside and out. In the evening, we fumbled our way from tavern to tavern, trying out the Pintxos, what tapas are called in the Basque region. This bartender aerated our cider for us, in style. From Bilbao, we took a day trip to the gorgeous city of San Sebastian. Just walking through the beautiful streets was delightful. But oh, the food!
And as well, you can find portions, okay? So you can get pinchos and portions.
We took a Pintxos and wine tour in which our guide recommended the most amazing and unique dishes.
Ready?
Yes, see.
My favorite was this pincho of oxtail with concentrated bone marrow, so luscious, which we rolled up in a tortilla and gobbled right down.
That you can remove it. You can remove the side of the plate. That's it. That's it. That's the way.
What is this?
Oh, so this is oxtail with bone marrow.
Chuletón, T-bone.
Okay? So try it, and then after I let you know what it is. And then
Ah,
Then it was on to Logroño, where we had a vineyard tour and wine tasting, explored the beautiful cathedral, and walked through Old Town for some Pintxos. They were getting pretty good at ordering Pintxos by this point. We traveled to the heat of Madrid, where we had an orientation tour of the Royal Palace, Plaza Mayor, and the Mercado de San Miguel.
Sailed the ocean blue in 1492.
That was the end of our group tour, and then we had a few more days on our own left in our trip. The next morning, still in Madrid, we had churros with chocolate for breakfast, and then went to the Reina Sofia, home of Picasso's Guernica, a huge painting that was exciting to see in real life. Filming wasn't allowed inside the museum, but here's a quick look at the master study I did of a section of the painting. That's almost as good as seeing Picasso's, right? It was very hot, but we found a shady spot afterwards to sip a tinto de verano, a refreshing drink made up of red wine and a citrusy soda. It turned out to be a perfect spot for people watching because many people were streaming by to gather at the nearby starting point of Madrid's huge Pride Parade. We took a high-speed train back to Barcelona, where we'd be flying out of, and hung out in a beachside neighborhood. We were able to fit in a visit to a charming, non-touristy restaurant that let us sample their homemade wines from big barrels before our appetizers of snails and manchego cheese and potatoes came. and we really enjoyed our entree of rabbit, the restaurant's specialty. Thank you so much for watching my trip through northern Spain and the travel journal that it inspired. Please give a like and let me know what you think, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. These accordion pages were at the end of my 7th sketchbook. I'll do a sketchbook tour next week, so please tune in for that if you're interested. Take care and adios.
Gracias. Mira, se animan y todo, ¿eh?